Welcome back everyone to another Cobra Kai Season 3 watch party. Season 3 is closing in fast and it's time to dig deep and find what final pieces of information we have. I want to focus specifically on the few shots of Johnny as we can piece together his story arc for episode 1. Just a warning up front here, I am going to pull a little info outside of what's in the trailer that some may consider a spoiler. So let's first recap the opening of the episode. Season 3 opens with Daryl in what is most likely a news story. It'll somehow show Miguel and then even the referee from the All Valley, perhaps recapping his victory there. The reporter covering the story is Maria, played by Millie M. This is Millie's Instagram from when she got the part, America's Reporter. After her, there are a few other small characters, and then likely interviews with Nestor and Moon. They would be giving their thoughts on the fight, or maybe they're out protesting Cobra Kai. Who knows? Then there's what is likely a couple, Ryan and Kelly. These two could either be parents in the news broadcast or in the restaurant or bar watching the broadcast. Speaking of which, if you're new here and wondering where all that just came from, you should probably watch that video in the corner. I'll link it at the end. Anyway, onto that restaurant or bar. This is a picture recently put out by the Cobra Kai series Twitter and Instagram. Johnny is clearly in a bar or restaurant. Think something like Applebee's. This is Johnny's first appearance this season and he's going to get into a fight. Over a year ago, Ralph Macchio posted this picture of his script on Instagram. We were able to see the first characters to appear. We can make out Johnny is in this scene with the other characters Juan and Hector. Bobby Hernandez is playing Hector and Gabriel Rodriguez is playing Juan. Gabriel, by the way, often goes by G-Rod and he follows me on Twitter. Smart guy. A look at their work history shows them playing tough guys and stunt work. So you know it's going to be a fight. Johnny gets drunk and picks a fight with these two tough guys. This is what puts him in the drunk tank with injuries. Now there is something missing. Later in the hospital, Johnny has even more injuries. I think Johnny will get into a second fight in jail or just after he's released. This is where he bloodies his knuckles and gets the upper head injury. We don't have any images of that. He goes to the hospital where he gets the bandages, then goes to Miguel's room. Now if you saw my earlier video, you would know this scene takes place 23 minutes and 32 seconds into the episode. If you didn't know that, you aren't watching the right videos. This will be a painful moment. Miguel is still unconscious. I love the idea of Johnny saying something to Miguel even though he's not awake, thinking maybe Miguel can still hear him. Perhaps he responds to Miguel's voicemail from the end of season 2, says he left early, that he can help him with his girl trouble. I would love the idea of Johnny responding to Miguel. Or maybe he says he's sorry for letting him down. It will change his state of mind, if only subtly. He knows he needs to make things better. It sets him up to be convinced by Daniel later. Miguel doesn't wake up yet and Johnny gets kicked out and goes home. Then the episode ends with Daniel coming to him. Based on flow of events, I'm fairly sure this is the end of episode 1. Daniel says they gotta work together so the kids don't suffer for their mistakes. Johnny agrees, setting off episode 2 where they'll search out Robbie. So this is Johnny through episode 1. At the bar, picks a fight. In jail, some other fighter injury. In the hospital at Miguel's room, then confronted by Daniel who offers to team up to help the kids. It's also important to point out they team up to help the kids. They're not teaming up to take out Kreese. I also want to note Johnny's scars are not from fighting Kreese. Something like that may happen later in the season, but not in episode 1. In episode 1, he's fighting these guys. Be sure to subscribe as you want to stay on top of all the best analysis and details for Cobra Kai. We got a lot more coming. Be sure to check out my other videos. You don't want to miss them. Have a great day. I'll see you at the next watch party.
You're not a kid anymore. The world doesn't just get to hand it to you. You want something, you have to crawl across the floor. Use your damn teeth if you have to.